Hey guys, this is Nerdy Girl, and in this little thingy, I have decided that I'm gonna make some story time videos to try get more audio content out for those of you who actually enjoy that. I enjoy making it, so why the heck not do some story time? Basically, where I tell you weird, fun, quirky, gross, stupid things that have happened to me, and I will change out people's names except for my own name, of course. Because you guys already know me, and yeah. But today I'm gonna tell you I'm actually gonna tell you two stories. I'm gonna tell you the two worst or probably weirdest facial accidents or facial injuries that I've ever had. I've had two of them. I've had two like facial accidents or facial injuries that were like noticeable and that I feel awkward about them. So let's get started with the storytelling. The first one happened Christmas of 2008, or like beginning of December 2008. We had just moved into the house we were living in, me and my parents, and I was down in our basement using a dartboard that up until we moved here I never knew we had, and I was down there just playing darts by myself, an 8-year-old. And there I was, and I had thrown the arrows or darts. I don't know what to call them exactly. We call them arrows, but darts, I think is the correct name. And I just throw them all out on the board, and I went to pull them off and throw again. You know, as you normally would do. But me, being the stupid, short 8-year-old kid that I was, I just took one hand and I just grabbed the dart and just tried to pull it out. And it worked twice. But for the third one, the dartboard didn't stay on the wall and instead went straight down onto my face. Yeah, just straight down onto my face. And I just dropped everything, I just dropped everything, and the dartboard actually hit my toe, but I didn't bother because I just got it straight in my face, and I was like panicking. I was like, ouch, this hurts really bad. But and then I ran upstairs and I looked in the mirror and I saw like this small cut on my cheek, or going from the tip of my nose down one side and out on my cheek. And it was blood on my face. It wasn't that bad. And when my parents then came home, I was actually home alone, they looked at me like, are you okay? And then for the rest of that Christmas vacation, every time a relative or a friend or just someone came over, I had to explain how I got a dartboard in my face. So that's that story. Then there is another facial injury that there's actually footage of. Well, not technically of the injury itself, well, of the cut that I also had in my face. I think I've told this story before somewhere, I'm not sure, but here we go. So this was like winter 2015, maybe? Yeah, I think I was still in 8th grade, so I'm not sure. I think it was whilst I was still in 8th grade, winter when I was in 8th grade, which I think is 2014 or 15. I'm not sure, okay? But we were having outdoor PE, and at our school is like it's like a soccer place that they put ice on during the winter. I'm so unsure how to explain this. And there's just a road, and then up there's like a little grass path field thingy where you can be. And we were at that field thingy and playing something called dipping ball, where you basically had to just dip the ball, pass it around the team, and score goals. It's pretty... I don't bother to explain the rules too much. And we were having outdoor PE, and it was like maybe a meter or so of snow, and some like a centimeter or two thick layer of like frozen snow on top of like powdery snow. That sounds really weird, but that's what it was. And the place that we played on also had like a hill downwards towards the road, and the ball, someone threw the ball so far that it started going down that hill towards the road, and the road itself was also downhill, so the ball would have just gone into nowhere if no one ran after it. And I did. I ran after that ball, and I tripped. I tripped and fell forward in that hill. I still ran after the ball. Someone else caught it. And I just fell straight on my face and cut it. I cut my face around the same place that I cut with the dart, but on the other cheek. And I also cut on my chin, the tip of my nose, and between my eyebrows. And I was like sitting there, and I was like, everything was red when I opened my eyes, and I was like, oh my gosh, how much am I actually bleeding? But then I just realized that it was mostly like melting snow mixing with the blood that came from my face. And I looked up, and I wasn't in that much pain, so I just looked up, and I started laughing because I can't imagine how weird it would have looked when I just fell straight on my face. And then my classmates started laughing, and even the gym teacher started laughing, and he wasn't that fun of a guy usually, but we were just all laughing our butts off for a moment there. And I threw the ball, and I was like, I'll go wash, I'll be right back. And then after PE we had domestic science, I don't know what it's called, and the teacher there, she looked at me like, what the, are you okay? Again, because I had this big cut on my face. But I said like, yeah, and I explained what had happened, and she was just smiling, and I was like, yeah. And then my best friend Vanya, you know her as Quantum, we used to have another YouTube talk show called Two Blondes Making a Talk Show, and we had decided to make bacon wrapped bananas on that show. And she was supposed to meet me up at school so we could get down and buy some bacon and bananas. And she just looked at me and like, what did you do now? Because everyone who has a relatively close connection to me knows that I am an expert at hurting myself on weird stuff and in weird ways. So I suppose that the dartboard was just the beginning of my clumsiness involving facial injuries. But those two are the two most embarrassing and most like the weirdest facial injuries that I've ever had. If you guys like this type of story time videos, I will try to dig up some more stories that I have and keep telling them. But as said, I will most likely change names and alike. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and until next time, take care folks. Bye bye.